Hello everyone. So today we are here to talk about Markdown for humans. It's my personal agenda, or you can say resolution this year, to whiteboard something and take it to production. And by production, I mean like not just for my team or exclusively in-house for my company and clients, but for the World Wide Web and anyone to use, so that I test the potential and go through that cycle of pressure that I have to make it live for something which is for meant for public consumption. So I'm very happy that this was meant to be a VS Code extension. So this is live on VS Code Marketplace and it's also live on OpenVSX registry. So this registry is meant for Antigravity, Cursor, Windsurf, and other vibe coding IDs which are not allowed to access VS Code Studio Marketplace. So that thing apart, now let's go to the VS Code. So what I've done is this is my test Markdown file. It's really a huge one, but it tries to cover all sort of Markdown tags and syntax so that I can test everything through it. And this second tab, sorry, is using the standard VS Code preview. So if you see that this preview, first of all, never follows the theme. So if you love dark theme, it will come bright, which is a little bit of turn off for me. And then it has some issues with some of the elements which we are trying to show here. This is preview enhanced. It is following the theme, but again is not showing GitHub alerts. And then uh, things are, I think, better here. Only thing is if you have to edit something, it will double click and it will take you back to the Markdown code. So it's just a preview thing. So I think now let's come to the extension. So if you have to launch this extension, you can type Markdown for humans or just like this and hit enter from the command palette. So this is the extension. First of all, if you see that this is following the theme, and if I compare it, we have tried to work on readability and it's an ongoing battle, like which looks more readable. So we are trying to improve readability here. And if you see, we first thing first is we have added support from some of the rare Markdown features. Like this is very popular with GitHub, like people use these GitHub alerts of different types. We have supported them. And then let's come to the fun part directly. We have added support for the notorious Markdown table in the way you typically do it in Google Docs. Like you can add click, add rows, right click, add rows, add columns, and simply type here whatever you want. And use Command B and other things as you typically are comfortable to do bold, italics, and whatever you want. One thing which we have kept is if you see that there is always a visual clue there, like you are on table. If I click outside, it will say you are on heading. So we have kept it like for human, meant for writers who want to write, not remember or fight with the command palette. We don't want to add more things because if you type Markdown here, there is already a lot of competition to get highlighted. And we want like an experience which is very visual and very popular shortcuts which you are already used to of them. We have not changed them, we have kept them intact and keep everything visible like Google Docs or MS Word or whatever usual editors which we see. Now let me do a quick demo of some things which I really like about this extension. So one thing of them is images. We all, I think, struggle a lot with images in Markdown. So let me try to drag drop one. So if I go here in demo images, you see there is a big image. This is a 5 MB one. And at times we quickly get screenshots or videos from designers of, not videos, sorry, photos or pictures from designers, which are huge. So let me open this one and insert it. Now see this is something which is done with a lot of thought. What we have thought is not every image on GitHub, especially if it's a public GitHub repo, you don't want a huge image and make the page load for a while. Like it's a 5 MB image and it will put a lot of pressure on your GitHub repo also if you're trying to commit this big of a file. So what we say is for typical viewing purpose, it is suggested to resize it to this size from this size. If you still are in particular that you have to use original size, you can do that. But let me do the resizing here. So we have resized it and it came here. And yeah, this thing I will come later on. Let's keep moving. So now the image is here, but we are still not done. I'm trying to do a bunch of things with images here because something uh, in Markdown, which is little troublesome for me, was to get images right. And in any editor, even in when you're blogging on Medium or anybody anywhere else, images are a little tough to get right. So one thing is you see the visual feedback as soon as you hover, you know the file name, you know the resolution, the size. It's important to keep an eye on size if you're accidentally committing it on the GitHub repo, and then when it is modified where it is stored, you can still quickly go to that file in the Finder or File Explorer. And let me close this. If you want to know where it is in Workspace, it can show it to you quickly. Let me close this. Now the features I'm really happy about is this image name is really awkward. So I want to call it something like, let's say, Gemini versus cursor. And what happens typically when you rename images is you have to rename the actual image, you have to change the markdown code. Now you rename it here. You see the image is renamed, and if I go and show it to you on Workspace, it is renamed here also, and done. So this is one part which is sorted. I would say this image is still huge. We don't need this full size kind of image. So what I typically like to keep is a simple resolution which makes the image visible. So if you see, like if I'm typing and changing resolution, it's reflecting immediately. So like let's say if I do 650 or if I do let's say 800. So this shows all of a sudden, and one important thing is we are never breaking your original image. So in case you change the resolution from here, we are creating a backup here. So let's keep this resolution. I think this looks fine. I will still say like this is huge for me. I don't like very huge images. If this is visible by this side, this is okay. So now see that this is showing the original resolution. I will hit resize. It will give me a warning, and it will also show that the backup will be created. I will hit resize. Now if I go here, it has uh, resize the image, but the good thing is if you go here, it has retained the original image also in case you do an accidental resize. So this is something which is of particularly good help for me, because I do a lot of this stuff for my clients and my projects, like documentation and writing stuff. So this goes very handy to me. So images is one of the thing which I wanted to show you. I think I have covered tables already. We also support a few other things. Let me create some space, and I think these all things you can try. These are simple. GitHub alerts, I think I have told you that we have added a support. So you can add these kind of alerts if you even don't know the syntax. So this is very visual. And you can type any tip here which you like. Then one thing which we have done with a lot of emphasis is, let's say I select this thing and I want to create a link here. So you see workspace is selected, and let's say I call it google.com. Simple thing, you are in first time you are sure. So this created a link for google.com. Now let's say you come here again this is highlighted. At times you realize that you missed some text. So let's say you want to take a text from left. So it is saying want a workspace, and let's say you want to cover something afterwards, so it covers something afterwards also, and you can update the link. So editing link, again, you don't have to jump back on Markdown and struggle with it. You can do it easily without fiddling and struggling with what to select and how to edit. This is something we have done it here. So I think I covered table, this part, code blocks are easy. Yeah, mermaid. So let's go to mermaid. Let's create some space for mermaid. I think mermaid diagrams are already there down the line in my test case. Yeah. So if I talk about mermaid, so we have given mermaid rendering support. And the interesting thing is if you double click this one, you can edit the code without leaving the thing. You can see what it is already trying to do and make some changes. And as soon as you will hit save, it will actually refresh the view. And in case you don't know what all mermaids possibilities are there, we have tried to give a sample for a lot of combinations like Gantt chart, pie chart, user journeys. So let's say you are a PM, you want to put this kind of chart. It will put up a template and you can double click and start editing it here. So I hope this helps and makes your Markdown files really beautiful, because they look really nice on a Markdown document. Apart from that, one thing which I really like and is the only command which I have to do as a command only is if you type human here and go here. So you see this outline. So this is particularly of good help for people who are working on a huge document and they lose track on where things are and how they are structured, and they don't want to pollute document with a large table of content and again go back on top to access a given heading or thing. So let's say I this is basically a structure of heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and it is also giving you a clue. Like if I click here, it will directly take me to this part of the document. If I click here, it will directly take me to this part of the document, and so on. So this is one way to consume this part. And if you close this thing, we also want to just take a quick glimpse how my structure is looking like. So we have also given an in-place outline without making any change to the markdown, where you can quickly jump and scroll through the things while you're documenting, like, okay, this is what it is looking. So I typically see things better in this way, and then I can go back to a given part and make some edits. Then some other features are, I think this is already done. This is a split view. This is in case still you want to do something in the Markdown code, you can still do it from here. We have added support for PDF export and Word, but I will not market it because this is beta. It only works well for simple Markdown. We're running issues with images and mermaid diagrams, so we are working on that, but this is in works. And I think I will let you try it more, but this is, I think, mostly a good overview and just about all what you can do with this extension. Lastly, we have kept this extension open source because with vibe coding, code has limited or no value, and we want community to jump in and support this extension with ideas. You all can vibe code definitely, and even if there are PM level candidates, you have access to the source code. You can attach it to your favorite tool and give us plan feature how you want to see, and what is the behavior of that feature in the extension going to be, and we are happy to implement and vibe code it for you. So we are keeping it all open for community. This is a public GitHub repo, and we are looking for your feedback in terms of issues, PRs, and everything. Thank you for watching the video. Looking forward for your comments, and don't worry about these links. We will attach it in the video. Thank you.